Hello and welcome to episode 9 of the 7th Lair podcast. I am Kieran, one of your hosts, along with my co-hosts Vengeance, Emmy, and Wildcat. How are we doing, everyone?
Doing
good.
Yep, doing very well over here. How are you, man?
Yeah, I'm pretty good, man. Yeah, been keeping busy in my new job, which I know is like against the law, pun intended. In the NFT world, like we went to quit our jobs, but yeah, I got a new job in a place I've been wanting to work for. So yeah, I've been a busy man, but I've been pumped.
Very good. Working hard, bringing in that extra dough for ETH money. You know, it's got to happen.
Oh, that actually reminds me. I mean, for school, we're because I'll have work experience next year, so I literally am being forced by my school to get a job by next year. Otherwise,
Get
I
a
get
job.
detention. I'm being
Nice.
forced to get a job. Otherwise, I get a Saturday detention. So I might be racking up some money to save up for when I eventually can get my hands on some NFTs. You know.
Very good. Get a job or get detention. I love it.
Literally, I have no choice. Like, I literally have to get a job.
That's so good. I still need to get a job. I've been kind of just living off commissions at the moment, but I actually need to be employed at some point. I'll have to start on that at some point. We'll get there.
I want to quickly add to what I said before for anyone that isn't in the Event Sevenfold Discord and who heard me say I got a job, and if I didn't, that's against the law, and that's a pun. To clarify, I'm not in law enforcement. I have just got the nickname The Law in the Event Sevenfold Discord, just to clarify to anyone listening here. Like,
he thinks he's the law.
I am the law.
We'll decide that.
Okay.
I'm the king.
But
Anyway, what's happened in your personal lives recently? Anything exciting other than like jobs?
I
went to a gig.
Done with school. Oh, gig!
Yes. Oh, yeah. This is one you're very excited about, Emmy.
Yes,
so I went to go see I went to go see a certain good friend of mine, Mr. Vince Ray, and his loser machine. I took some photos. I still haven't edited them, but I'm getting there. I've been so busy doing art, doing photos, just going here, there, and everywhere. It's been nonstop. But
I just like how you can just casually drop that you're like friends with Vince Ray. Like, I love that.
No, he's seriously a really close friend of my dad's. He's pretty much my uncle. He's pretty much my uncle at this point.
Bro, what the hell? I love that.
So yeah, we weren't even expecting to stay for a set, but you know, we managed to stay for the set and then make our way home. Which was very cool. Very cool.
I feel like you've met a certain band recently as well.
Oh, how could I forget? The other reason I was so busy. So the Vince Ray thing was last Wednesday, and then this Wednesday, I decided to queue 6 hours early to go see Bullet for My Valentine for a signing. Because I don't have a life. They're absolutely wonderful dudes. I gave them a bit of art. They appreciated it. Yeah, we went and bought a stall just because 6 hours in one spot. It's not advised, but if anything, I'm just preparing for future gigs. So, you know.
For real. And Felicia, how have you been?
I've been alright. Nothing exciting to report on my end.
No, okay, fair enough. Well, going into something that has been very exciting that we've seen all over Twitter over the last week or two. It's New York City NFT New York City.
Yes, that's the second one.
Yes. So yeah, it's if you haven't heard about it, that's pretty crazy. If you're in the NFT world, it's like been a major event with loads of speakers, loads of like special guests and appearances, and loads of events like happening within the event for NFT holders and people just interested in NFTs. So that's going to be the bulk of our first part of today's podcast. So, let's take it away. I'll start with a little tit. I will not start with a little tit.
Okay.
Whoopsie. A little tidbit is what I was trying to say. So, the conference, now in its third year, attracted a record crowd of 5,000 people, plus 3,000 people waitlist. How exciting. Yes.
Wow.
Now we're moving away from that era. Yeah, so that's a hell of a lot of people. That's, like I said, record number 5,000 plus an extra 3 like waiting list. So yeah, huge numbers.
Yeah, that's at just one event, you know.
Yeah, that's
Like,
crazy.
that's insane.
Like
That's a
people
lot
have
of
travelled,
people.
like mainly obviously across the states for this, but I'm sure obviously people travelled worldwide for it as well if their
Oh
countries
yeah,
allow them during this
absolutely.
time. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
huge.
But I mean, it's sort of like the real world, like, you know, influence of NFTs. Like, I feel like a lot of people just think it's like a digital thing, like, oh, it's just something happening on the internet. But no, there's like 5,000 people hanging out in NYC, you know, like congregating over NFTs. Like, that's so special, really.
Yeah,
It
for real.
really is. Like, if you think about like all the other conventions that happen worldwide, like you have the Comic Cons, the tattoo shows. Like, this is gonna become one of those things. Like, it's already getting there. So, you know, hearing those numbers, it's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
I look forward to seeing, you know, get those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers. Let's go.
Gosh.
So let's talk about. First of all, let's talk about some of the guests that were speaking. Emmy.
Oh, yes. Let me pull up my hefty list of people that were spotted at NFTNYC. This includes people such as Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah,
Maybe you've heard
huge
of
name.
him. What are you talking about? Maybe you've heard of him. He's very, like, underground. Nobody knows who he is.
Wait. Who's Quentin Tarantino?
It's just Pulp Fiction guy, like, just some minor, like...
Pulp Fiction,
like-
never heard of it.
Oh yeah, I've never seen it. Oh yeah, I don't even know what a Pulp Fiction is. Anyway, had Busta Rhymes. I am not entirely familiar with him, but I know that he's famous.
Huge.
Josh
Recognize the name.
In the music world, he's huge.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We have Josh
Yes,
Allen,
he
who
is.
is ambassador of the Sandbox. We have Board Becky of Fame Lady Squad, Zach Yanger of Super Rare, Gary V, who's behind V Friends, Jimmy Wales, who's founder of Wikipedia, of all things.
No
I know.
way.
I know. I was shocked too. There's Alexis Ohanian, who is a co-founder of Reddit.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, it's nuts. And Beeple, who is
Beeple.
artist behind the world's most expensive NFT. I love Beeple. I was not paid to say
Beeple.
this, but God, I've been following him on Twitter for I'm obsessed. And shall I
Beeple's
dive
something
into
else.
other appearances?
Yeah, far away.
Sure.
NYC?
Take it away.
Some other people who were also spotted at NFTNYC included Steve Aoki. Maybe you've heard of him.
Ooh.
I know. I think he was DJing actually. God bless. M Shadows and Sinister Gates. You probably haven't heard of them.
Who are those
Joel
guys?
Madden. Yeah, I got no idea. Joel Madden. 3 Lau. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. Dead Mouse and Logan Paul.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So just a couple, just some nobodies really. Just whoever.
Who
dropping
are
up to
these
NFTNYC.
people?
I don't know who these people are. No
They
idea.
sound
But
familiar.
Probably means
A
nothing.
lot of. Oh yeah. Probably nothing. Though on
Oh,
a
yeah.
serious note, like when you, it probably doesn't mean much just to hear it, but when you list like all of these people down in like a Word doc or something and just stare at it, it's
It really doesn't
actually
feel like
crazy.
much. It
Oh.
doesn't feel like much,
No.
but then you read it and then it's like these people
It's
were at this
surreal.
one event. All these people
Yeah.
at this one event.
Yeah.
I would never have thought that like Quentin Tarantino and like a co-founder of Reddit would be at the same event. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. And
It's-
obviously I know there were lots of different things going on in NYC at different times, but just think like all these people were in the
they
same
all
city
congregated
to
at the
talk.
same event. Yeah.
Yeah, to talk about NFTs of all things. You know, obviously there's been a lot of controversy in the media lately. You know,
Yeah.
you go on any Twitter post by a celebrity talking about NFTs, you're bound to see the backlash. But it's just like, it is actually wild to see all of these huge names getting in on the action, you know, learning about the space, engaging with the space, trying to make it a better place to be, you know? It's phenomenal.
Yeah, for real.
I'm pretty sure I heard that, like, another thing that I found out was pretty mind-blowing. At Ape Fest, apparently the Strokes performed at Ape Fest.
We're gonna get there, my friend. We're gonna get there.
I had to throw that one out there. I had to.
Before we push further, like I'll add a couple more names that I noted that were in attendance. So
Yeah, go ahead.
Nadia Tolokno, who is from the Russian punk band Pussy Riot, who actually began minting their own NFTs. And also a big name in the business world is Jordan Belfort. If you've seen the film Wolf of Wall Street, that is who Leonardo DiCaprio plays. He is the Wolf of Wall Street, so a big name in that kind of world.
I saw that film recently and was expecting something slightly different.
Oh, it's amazing.
It was good. It was really good, but Jesus.
Margot Robbie, mate. That's what I need to say.
Jesus Christ.
Damn it.
Anyway. So, yes, that's huge names appearing at the event. Funny enough, absolutely insane. Like on the slideshow we got playing here, there is a photo that does include M Shadows and Sinister Gates, and a separate photo of Steve Aoki and Logan Paul. Yeah, big stuff. So what kind of things happened over the course of the weekend? I'll start with a few things. There was something called Friends with Benefit, which is a kind of crypto social club. They hosted a party on the Monday with NFT platform Zora. Singer Caroline Polachek was serving as a DJ. However, and people did complain about this a fair bit, you could only see them perform if you had at least 5 FWB tokens, which totaled more than $600. But I guess that's part of it. You have some tokens to a club, and you use those tokens to reap the rewards.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously it all depends. Yeah, it all depends, like project to project. Like different projects have different requirements of certain events, but I guess, you know, you just gotta play with it. Obviously, if it seems a bit too much, then, well, you know, voice concerns, but hey.
Yeah.
We're early. We got a lot of figuring out to do.
And of course, the biggest, like, attraction, like, that NFTNYC will post about is, of course, the people that are speaking. Like the Gary V's and all that, people that are doing their talks and inspiring people or informing people or stuff like that. But we all know that the biggest appeal, really, especially this year now, it's got a lot more in the mainstream, is the underground, like, kind of parties that happened, like the Friends with Benefits one, like the Bored Apes that I'm sure you're about to talk about, that people were even, like, kind of likening the NFT NYC event as a whole as, like, the crypto Coachella kind of thing. Like, this is the thing you've been advertised to see, but there is loads of partying and stuff like that happening, and loads of really cool events for particular holders. So should we go into the Bored Apes?
We absolutely shall. So, welcome to Ape Fest. I'm going to talk you through what happened. So, starting on good old Halloween, October 31st, there were actually 2 events. There was the Aped NYC and the Yacht Party. So, Aped NYC was a gallery held at the Bright Moments Gallery. It was open to the public. You could... because obviously the yacht was on the same night, so basically you would go to the gallery to collect your wristband. All you had to do was provide proof of having a ape or a mutant to get on the yacht. There was only a limited amount of tickets. But if you couldn't get on the boat for the party, you could still have a bit of a fun time at the gallery because they had a bit of a party there. Very cool stuff. I saw some pictures on Twitter from the boat. Looked like everyone was having a great time. I mean, you know, that's just kind of...
I'm a little envious of all the pictures I saw. I'm a little envious.
I know, like, you feel like it's kind of just achieving, like, the current peak, just Bored Ape Yacht Club on a yacht. Let's go. Like,
And I must
what a
remind us all
time to
that
do
this
it.
is like an NFT centered event. Like people congregated over NFTs on a freaking yacht, bro.
Yeah,
Can you
1,000
believe
people.
that?
Yeah, so it was like apes, and then they could bring like a plus one
Yeah.
as a guest. So,
Yeah.
like, what? That's crazy.
It is absolutely not.
But it doesn't stop there. No. It doesn't stop there. Because
Oh.
the next 2 days would be the merch pop-up shop. So from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., it was open to everyone. You could buy merch. There was music. There was arcade machines. There was literally a Bored
wicked.
Ape Yacht Club taco truck giving free tacos.
Oh my god, that's.
I'm not even kidding.
I'm
I saw a
fan.
picture of the truck. It actually looked pretty sick.
I don't think I saw a picture of it. Damn.
Yeah, no, it was kind of these 2 days were kind of described as the living room couch of Ape Fest. So basically, just for everyone to chill out. The cool thing about it is when you bought your merch, you could order it and then just show up in person, and it could be sent to your house. Like, as long as you showed up to the merch table at some point, you could just have it sent to you. So you didn't have to wait in these stupidly long queues. Which honestly is quite a smart way to do it. It was the same way they did the wristbands for the yacht and then the warehouse part that I'm about to talk about, because you had to, like, if you wanted to get them, you had to be there with your +1, but then, wristband's yours. So then, November 3rd, the warehouse party. This is kind of like the big deal because, as wonderful Emmy here mentioned, the Strokes.
Oh my god, bro.
But let me just set the scene for a minute. So from 7 p.m., they had 2,000 people, verified Apes and Mutants owners and their guests, plus a couple of their sponsors. Open bar, Hawaiian barbecue, musical acts. If you had a yacht wristband, I believe you could get in. If I read the tweet correctly. And some of these were handed out at the pop-up shop. I think that's what happened. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
I probably wouldn't be able to explain it any better.
Yeah, get who was there. Listen to this list, because it's nuts. The Strokes, Beck,
Oh my god.
Chris Rock, Little Baby, Questlove, Aziz Ansari, and just so many more other people were there.
Mate, Beck,
I just find it.
Beck is amazing.
I never in my goddamn life would have thought that Beck and the Strokes would be at an NFT event, but like, I'm here for it.
Right? Being introduced by people like Chris Rock and Aziz Ansari, like, how does it even happen,
I don't know, but it's just, I don't understand how more people don't find this absolutely insane, because...
Exactly. Like, I genuinely sit here sometimes wondering if we're, like, in some sort of weird simulation, just because...
Oh, for real.
It doesn't happen.
It's weird, but, like, in a cool way. I love it.
Yeah. It was so good. But that's not even the end of it.
Oh.
It's really not. Because on November 6th, they had a VIP charity dinner. From 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. Capacity of 50. The way to get tickets was through an auction, with all the proceeds after the costs of the meals going straight to charity. Like, what? So not only are we all having a good time, well, all the apes having a good time, it's going to charity as well. So, not a bad deal.
I'm here for it. That's insane, dude. Oh my god.
But, this is only the very beginning. Like, this is the first Ape Fest. Imagine what they're going to do next year.
It's just going to get bigger and bigger, I think. Like, we can see it's happening with the whole event of NFT and NYC as a whole. So,
exactly.
Yeah. And now, like I say, we always say, like, you're still early to the party or whatever, but really, we are. And I think we're reaching the point where we might be hitting the end of early.
Yeah.
I think we might be hitting, you're just on time. And I mean that in the sense of, it's getting, like, NFTs are getting huge now. It's becoming a lot more mainstream, and a lot of more people are joining. And yeah, like, I think we're, like, no one's late yet. Like, if you're listening to this still, like, on the fence with NFTs, you're not late. You just might, I think you're just a little bit early, if not on time, to this like phenomenon that's been happening over the last
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like
few
now
months.
is sort of like a sweet spot in the timeline.
Yeah.
I guess you could put it, because I feel like, you know, there's definitely going to be people who sort of shy away from it because they think that they're too late to the craze and everything. But, you know, I mean, considering the fact that, you know, I mean, I'm someone who's been paying attention to the space for a while now, and I mean, it's been months, and I still think that we're pretty early in on all of this.
Yeah. The
Sorry,
thing
something
with
into
the
the world.
space, the thing with the space is that 2 weeks feels like 2 years.
It really does.
Like that's just it. Things move so quickly, and so much can happen in the span of 2 weeks, and you're just like, have I aged?
Yeah.
Am I going grey yet? And then you realize it's only been 2 weeks. Like, where has that time gone? What has happened?
Basically getting now why you can still afford an ETH for less than $5,000.
Yeah. Ether's been going up crazy lately, and I'm not gonna lie, not financial advice, but I don't see it going low. You know? Trust me, I've been keeping an eye on it. I want it to go a bit lower so I can buy in, but
So-
that's just me.
Yeah.
No, good.
I'm happy for it to go up because I've got some ETH, so yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's different though. Now,
Yeah.
there was an award show at the event we were talking about, and I, for one, when researching this to find out the results, struggled so hard, and then Emmy walked in and was like, yeah, I found them a day later, within 5 minutes of checking. Now, to my credit, they didn't update the website for days, and then the day that I checked was the final date before they updated the website. Yes. Anyway, Emmy, would you kindly go
Sure,
through all the awards and their winners, please?
Gladly. Okay, so there was a bracket for like collection winners, and then aside from that, there was just best or most whatever. So for top collection winners for virtual worlds, there was the Sandbox. Love that. For music was Eula Beats Genesis. Collections was Bored Ape Yacht Club, and art was Fidenza by Tyler Hobbs, which is, I think that's
I
pretty
love
neat.
that.
We
Fidenza's
do, we
pretty
do.
neat.
I do.
And good on Sandbox for getting, best virtual world, There's a lot
Yeah.
of potential in Sandbox.
Deserves recognition, so I'm very satisfied with that outcome. To be honest,
I mean, you guys saw the teaser from Avenged, right? I know we'll talk about that probably in a bit, but
anyway. Okay, top collectible was won by Bored Apes again, so that's their second award, which is, I think, I love that. I'm here for it. Most
Gotta
total
have them.
volume by an artist, Tyler Hobbs, I'm assuming for Fidenza.
Yeah.
Most innovative NFT project was VFriends. And most expert handling of the law in NFTs, I'm quoting that, that's not me BSing, that was won by Dave Rodman.
Nice.
Most number, it's like a hashtag, I think it's most amount of, I'll just say amount or number. Most amount or number of secondary trades on a collection, won by Parallel Alpha. Most amount or number of secondary trades on a single NFT, won by Road Less Traveled by Zed Run. Most amount or number of an auction extension on an NFT was won by Reddit Crypto Snooze, which I actually had no idea those were a thing.
I
Until,
also
a couple
did not.
weeks ago.
We're learning.
It was, yeah, we are learning as we go. Best
Yep.
written coverage on NFTs was won by Andrew Wang, and I'm mildly familiar with him, and I think he's deserving of that award. That's all I'll say. Best white label marketplace creation platform was won by Unique Network. Best use of NFTs for the music industry won by Spotty Wi-Fi, which I think is a very interesting award category.
That
I
is.
feel like that's gonna go places.
I think it's gonna be one to keep an eye on.
Oh yeah, definitely. I didn't mean to have like an evil laugh there, I'm sorry. Best use of NFTs for digital identity by ENS Domains, and best use of NFTs by a consumer brand, NBA Top Shot. I had no idea that that was a bracket that existed, but I mean, I've
Now
seen
we
some
know.
Top Shot stuff. Yeah, it's like, I was gonna say, I didn't know, like, when I was looking this up, I didn't know that music industry and consumer brand were like brackets for awards, but I mean, I'm here for it. I got no problem with that.
Now we know.
Best use of emerging technology for digital art. That's a long one. Pastel Network. Best use of AI for digital art. Boto. Best traditional artist turned NFT artist. Won by Dario Ducina. I think that's how you say it. Which I think that's. Yeah, I also didn't know that existed, but I think it's interesting that people become NFT artists through trad art.
Yeah.
I feel like I might end up in that spot at some point.
Same.
Gang. Best play to earn mechanics won by Axie Infinity.
Yep.
Mildly familiar with them. Best non-digital NFT artist won by Threesomes with 3 threes in place of E's. Very creative name.
Love it.
Best NFT project for creators won by Art Blocks.
Yeah.
And best NFT marketplace, I don't know how to say this, so I'm just going to abbreviate it to HEN. I think they closed down. I'm like, it's really weird, but yeah. Best NFT display, Infinite Objects. And coming in clutch here, best NFT artist won by Beeple, my boy. I'm so proud. I'm so proud. Man, I need to just go on a quick ramble here. Man has world's most expensive NFT to date, and has also won an award at NFTNYC for best NFT artist, and was a speaker at said event.
He's going places. Probably nothing.
He really is going places. Like, I thought he was just some guy that I would see on Twitter with really insane 3D art, and now look where he is. You know. Anyway, moving on. I think I've recovered. Best gaming community won by Axie Infinity. Best fashion NFT project. Almost said like fascist and like I was gonna say something, but best fashion NFT project by RTFKT Project. Best emerging NFT artist won by Nyla Collection. Best digital NFT artist won by I think it's Misha Klein. I think that's how you say it. Yeah, we'll go with that. Best collaboration of is it DeFi? I think that's how you say it. Correct me if I'm wrong.
DeFi, right?
DeFi. Let's just go with that. DeFi and NFTs won by Superfarm. Best blockchain gaming company won by Sky Mavis. And finally, last but not least, best blockchain for NFTs won by Polygon.
Really?
Yeah.
How
I was actually shocked as well. That is very interesting. So yeah, that was the awards handed out at NFTNYC.
Wonderful. Some very interesting results there, actually.
Sure.
Some of them are very deserving. Like if like Sandbox or like Bored Apes or even like Fidenza for that matter didn't get an award, I would be kind of shocked.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very good stuff.
That is wild. So does anyone else? No, mate, I'm making this today. This happened when you called at 11 p.m.
Yep.
Oh.
So yes, back to the point. Does anyone else have anything to add about the event as a whole, or anything about it really?
Actually, I do.
Fire away.
I am obligated to talk about wicked craniums.
Fire away.
Oh yes, you are. Yes, you are.
I probably like mentioned most of this before, so I'm just gonna do a very quick rundown. October 29th was the NYC Billboard meet, so everyone met up in Times Square to witness the 2 billboards we had set up. So one featured the Fire God cranium, and the other featured around 33 of the craniums that were like most active in the community and things like that. That was a 60-second promo that aired at least 10 times per hour all day. Very cool stuff. There were some pictures on Twitter that looked very nice. I didn't even know the Fire God was going to be there, but that is my favourite of the 4 gods.
Yeah, the Fire God one is showing up on screen while you're talking as well.
Wonderful. Speaking of the god craniums, on October 30th, the auction for those went up. So that benefited many different charities like UNICEF India, Acumen, Mercy Corps. Charities like that, with help from Sandclock, who helped to host the auction. All of the proceeds from all of those auctions go to the respective charities, which was absolutely wonderful. Great way to help out people in need. And on the same night, we had the NYC Bone Shake. So starting at 9 p.m, it was held at Live at NYC, with a metaverse venue as well, where the IRL event was streamed. There were live giveaways of both merch and NFTs. I will admit that I gave a few of those out because I was contacted to do so, and that was quite fun. There was an open bar for the first 2 hours at the IRL event. There was axe throwing.
What?
Literally,
Excuse me?
Yeah. I think it was like first 100 people in got free axe throwing or something ridiculous like that.
Hell? That's so metal.
Yeah, apparently, you, like when they booked it, they had to include the axe throwing.
I love it. I'm here for it.
It was so good. In-person attendees had to RSVP just because of the huge capacity limits. All of the Reckless team, or Reckless Labs team, so Doob, Derb, and Caruso were there. Apparently ASAP Rocky and Rihanna actually wanted the same night, but Saturday is sort of Skulls, so they had to do the day after. So that was very fun. Caruso did a killer DJ set. And then lastly, on Halloween, October 31st, there was the Central Park meet from 1 to 4 p.m. It's a bit of a more relaxed time, just, following the party. Everyone's licking their wounds because axe throwing. No one got hurt, so it's okay. But, music, games, good vibes, just a chill out sesh to top off the weekend. So, yeah, that was Wicked Craniums. That wasn't brief, was it?
It's a good rundown. It helps out.
No, I like that. I always like hearing about what the craniums are up to. So
you guys know me. I'm very passionate about the skulls, so gotta give them the love, even if they're flawed. Makes me cry.
I have no idea. I'm just kidding.
It's fine. Anyway, yeah, that's all from me.
Perfect.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so that closes our segment, I'd say, for NFTs in New York City, the event as a whole. Big stuff. I look forward to what happens next year, and obviously I'll very much intend to attend. Yes, I intend to attend.
Yes. Good job.
So, flying forward, as we have already hit the half-hour mark, let's talk about Avenged Sevenfold's Deathbats video.
Yes.
So we'll probably race through this, to be honest. But yeah, so we all gave ourselves a task to kind of dissect everything about the Avenged Sevenfold Deathbats video. Now, if you don't know where we came from or how we started in the Avenged Sevenfold Discord. So obviously we've got a big following with the Deathbats, and we're very excited for that project, which looks like it may come out on the 4th of December, as Shadows has hinted on Twitter. Yeah. But still, it's not a set date. It's not an officially announced date.
Subject to change.
Yeah. So, I don't know how we want to do this. If you want me to run through what I've got entirely and then go back to you guys, or we go time by time.
Yeah, you can take it away if you want.
Sure.
All right. So this is what I dissected from the video, and then if you guys missed anything, add on towards at the end.
Sure.
So straight in at 6 seconds into the video, you can see a look at the designs, and what some of the designs we're seeing there. We've got the Rev hair, we've got the blooded skull, we've got the Avenged Sevenfold kind of flat cap, the R2D2 skull, the mouse ears. There's a battle helmet with a red cross and a black cross and some red material down the side of the face. That was really intriguing. I've not seen that one before.
I like it.
There was an army helmet, cowboy hat, and puke out of the mouth.
Lovely.
Going a bit forward to 27 seconds in, there's an animated Deathbats gig drawing kind of thing, and some of the Easter eggs you can kind of find that there's 7 bulbs missing from the Deathbat sign. There's crypto kind of graffitied onto the shutters on the left hand side. You can see a Deathbat and the words R.I.P. Rev graffitied on the wall down the alley. There's on the pylon there's a vault box and it says 7 volts. That's pretty cool. And of course the Avenged Sevenfold Walk of Fame star. I'm sure there's plenty more there. Flying quite a bit forward now to 2-minute 30 mark. And Shadows mentioned one-on-one time specifically. As we know, this refers to band member NFTs, but also could be referring to more that we don't know about. Now we get into between the 257 mark and the 341 mark. We have a look at each of the types of Deathbats. So there's guests. They look like aliens, kind of, and they are going to be the rarest. They'll include free tickets and meet and greets for life. The ghosts, self-explanatory what they are. They are ghosts. They are free tickets for life. The undead ones, like zombie style, meet and greets for life. The shook ones, which kind of like your standard designs, but kind of like a wavy, kind of shaky motion on them. With that,
Glitchy.
you'll get airdropped merch to your house for free, but you may have to pay customs. So it must be pointed out. So if you get a Schecter guitar sent to you, you get the guitar for free. You get delivery for free, but you may have to pay some customs. That is really important to keep in mind.
Yeah.
It's really important also that all of those ones I just mentioned are also very rare. The Genesis
Like,
ones,
super
they are
rare.
yeah, so rare. So the Genesis ones, they are your basic designs, which again can feature so many different kind of styles, and they're all randomly generated when you purchase them if you're minting. These are the common tokens, but every single one of the 10,000 tokens will include the base benefits, which include entry to the Deathbats Club, Web3 access, access to giveaways, which will be quite fucking frequent, and much, much more. So going a bit more forward at 346, there's a tease of the Sandbox, the Avenged Sevenfold Sandbox. They've been working on 4 games that we know of. We don't know what they are yet exactly, but we know that there's 4 of them. And you can see in this little clip that there's like a big skull with like an Indian headdress on, like a casino, for example. A few seconds later, at 350, they mentioned again monthly giveaways, movie nights, and poker nights. That will all be part of the Deathbat Club, all for free. Poker nights obviously you pay to enter because you're betting money. But we had a little test of this recently on the Discord, and you can still observe for free. At 402, more designs are shown. You see a M Shadow's hat, popping out eyes, red laser eyes, American flag hat and skull, like a zombie green skull, which wasn't the same as like an undead one. It was just like a basic design. And there's also like a priest hat. And to cap us off at 5 minutes 6 seconds, there is a new music tease. It sounds different from anything they've done before, and going by hints that we've heard, which we can't really talk about.
Crazy.
It fits in with the kind of design or ethos and kind of feel that I'm going to be expecting. And along with that, you get a final design tease of a worm out the nose and some gold teeth on the Deathbat design. So yeah, that's what I've got. Going quickly on some extra info that weren't specifically time framed. Mentioned were band specific NFTs. Now, these are Golf with Shadows. Before I go into this, actually, let's point out that there are 30 band specific NFTs, and that is 6 per member. So 6 NFTs will hold Golf with Shadows. 6 will hold Guitar Lesson with Sinister Gates once a year, I believe. 6 more will hold, I think it's multiple airdrops of Vengeance University merch from Zaki Vengeance. 6 more will hold, I believe it's once, if not twice a year, you can be a guest on Drinks with Johnny Christ. And finally, the final 6 will involve and hold the utility of a drum lesson per year with Brooks. Now, these were originally planned to be lifetime, so like a game of golf with Shadows once a year for the rest of your like for life. But when speaking about like not legalities as such, but like you don't want to promise the fans that this is for life and then something happens and you're not really feeling it and something changes. So these have now been changed to be for 3 years. Now that's not to say if you get this M Shadows NFT, you get to play golf with Shadows for 3 years, and then after those 3 years it goes to nothing, and it's just another pointless or another basic, not pointless, that's wrong, but another basic Genesis NFT. That's not true. Now, whilst after 3 years they can say we're not going to do anything else with this NFT, M Shadows has said himself in the Discord that they will be refreshing them every 3 years. So, say for example with Golf with Shadows, in 3 years' time, he's like, I'm getting old, which is not really the case in 3 years' time, but I'm just using an example. I'm getting old, and I can't really play golf like I used to. He can then go, I'm now going to refresh there as you can come for a meal with Shadows once a year. So he's not restricted to having to do golf for the rest of his life every single year with a fan if he doesn't feel like he's up to that kind of game anymore. It just means, every 3 years, something else will be refreshed, but there will be a time where it comes where he goes, this is the end of the perk now.
I mean, I think it's good that, at least you can be flexible with it,
Exactly.
Because it would make him feel bad, and it would probably make other people feel bad if, you have this big promise and then it's like, oh, but I actually can't live up to that, and I'm sorry, But I think, like, before anything happens, being like, well, there's a bit of flexibility with it, so if X, Y, Z happens, then we can go to A, B, C instead. Like, also, I feel like some people might be a little bit annoyed about it somehow. Being like, oh, but I want this thing for the rest of my life set in stone, girl. Like, people age and shit happens, like, just you can't really just act like that. So I think the flexibility is a good thing.
It's the ultimate
not just I think that doesn't just go for Matt. I mean, like, for the rest of the guys, with their perks, I think the flexibility is a good thing.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. I think Matt was saying, like, say if you got the golf with Matt NFT, like, if you do not want to play golf, like, I'm pretty sure you could just be like, hey, can we just, like, hang out, do something else? Like, I don't know, let's go bowling or some shit. Like,
that'd be pretty sick.
I think the guys are. Yeah, like, don't quote me on this, but, like, I'm sure there is some level of flexibility with it. Obviously, it just depends on circumstances. I'm sure the guys will communicate that, like, properly when all of these things get properly released, and, because, let's face it, they don't want to, like, screw us over,
No,
there's a lot of work. Yeah, it's gonna take a bit of, working with it, and they're gonna make sure it's worth it in the end, so we just gotta, hold on and trust them.
Yeah,
in a bench we trust.
100%. Cool. Did anyone else have any, like, bits they dissected from the video, or did that pretty much cover everything?
Yeah, actually, there was a couple of quotes I picked out that I thought were quite interesting. One of the ones comes from Matt. I don't have any timestamps for these, but one of them was Matt talking about how all of this is going to be driven by utility, driven by artwork, and driven by fans. And I think that's a really important thing when it comes to NFTs, because a lot of people, especially outside of the crypto world, people just look at it as a JPEG and go, oh, I could just save that. No, there's a lot of utility behind it that, you can't just get by right-click saving, it's all on the blockchain. But the bit that really interested me was about the fans, like, as Sin was saying later on in the video as well, like, if they see something like a suggestion on the Discord that they think could work, boom, it can happen. We as fans and collectors get a say.
I don't mean to butt in here. I'm sorry, I don't mean to butt in here, but I was just thinking when you were mentioning about what you can do with the NFTs, I was thinking about, I think it was like 2 minutes in, they said like, oh, the possibilities are endless. Like, they are.
Yeah.
That's why they're doing all this crazy stuff, not just being like, here's some art, buy it. It's like, no, there's like real, like there are real things that are going to happen because of them, and I just think that is like so goddamn cool.
Yeah, it's amazing, and Sim was saying, they can essentially airdrop us a whole host of opportunities and connections and share time with us. That's something that most NFT collections don't offer. Like, yeah, you get your in-person parties and whatever, but, it's not really, like, some of these NFTs are one-on-one time with this person. Not much offers that, especially when these people are, let's just say, held in such high regard,
Yeah, definitely.
So it's really a way to try and bring in fans and kind of encourage them, just like, listen, there are a lot of opportunities. Even if you get the basic perks, you still get entered into the giveaways, you can still get all this cool shit. Like, there are possibilities. So
yeah,
that's what I really liked about it. So those were just a couple of things I pointed out.
Yes, never mind. I was about to say something, but please continue.
Okay. Um, yeah, as we were talking about with the bands, they're 6 Deathbats each. It brings in all the different elements of individual endeavors, which is really cool because it's not just, Matt and Sin running the show. It's incorporating every band member's interests, whether it's Zach's merch line or Brooks and his drumming, or, whatever the guys want to do, they can incorporate that. Like, it's not difficult.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
There's a lot of just it kind of just blows me away. It's hard to explain it just because there's so much. Like, where do you begin?
Yeah, exactly. There's so much more to
And
discover, and we're going to find out more in the coming weeks. And if December 4th is that day, then I'm ready for it.
yeah, well, actually, I think this is the perfect time to mention this last quote. That says, "This thing can evolve at such a rapid rate. We can do things at such an impromptu level." And then, Sin talks about, the Discord thing again. It's just, it really can't, like, let's say it happens on December 4th. Theoretically, if they wanted to, they can be like, hey, let's add something in for December 5th. I doubt that would happen, but it can, they can go, hey, by the way, if you get this one, new perk for you. There you go. Have fun. Like, everyone's thinking short term about this, but just imagine in the long run,
Oh yeah, it's going to be huge.
like several years down the line, because I personally believe this is going to go several years down the line.
Yeah.
And
Um,
just imagine the level of utility, access, rewards, community. It's going to be insane. It's going to be absolutely insane. Not just for us fans, but just for the NFT community and space in general.
yeah, for sure. Yeah,
That's my
I'm so
thoughts.
pumped. Yeah, absolutely. I'm really pumped for it. I plan to get a few, and obviously I'm hoping for rare. Like, who isn't? That's like one of the biggest attractions for it. But I know that if I
Yeah.
don't get a rare, whilst yes, oh that's a shame. I know that I'm getting so much out of my money for this.
Exactly.
Honestly,
And there's
like
always secondary.
I didn't mean to cut in, but like, I mean, rarity is one thing, but also like there are a couple of traits that I would just think look cool, like the bloody skull or like the striped wings or whatever, or like the rev hair, like rare or not. I mean, if it looks cool, then I mean, I'm happy.
Yeah, I've got a couple of personal favorite traits. Obviously, anyone who knows me in the Discord or just in real life, I want mohawks.
Oh, yeah.
But looking through the teasers, I kind of want a cyborg, and there's a really interesting skin. It's like a blue one, and it's got like a red muscle texture. I don't quite know how to describe it, but
I think I know
I
what you're
want it.
talking about.
Yeah, it was in that huge like collage of them, like what was it, halfway, 3/4 to the end of the video. Um, but there's so many, like there's the fire skulls, there's like the blue one with the really fancy like flower designs on it, like like the gold leaf patterns you often see on like really fancy like frames and stuff. Um, Oh man, there's so many good ones. And the thing is, these aren't even real bats. Like these are just like test runs. So imagine what the real ones are gonna look like.
God, I'm super excited about it.
Yeah, same. So yeah, Deathbats 4th of December. Keep your eyes peeled.
Yes.
I'm gonna make an executive decision here and make a
Okay.
little announcement for next Saturday, I think. So
Oh.
we planned to do this live today. Certain issues arose, and that's totally fine. And we're also going to go through like some information on the podcast about how to like go back to basics and how to like connect your MetaMask and all that stuff. As we're already 50 minutes into the podcast, I feel like we'll skip that for today, but announce today that if anyone's listening to this now in the Event Sevenfold Discord, the plan is next Saturday we're going to have a bunch of us in separate or the same, probably in separate voice chats, willing to show and help anyone that's still early, but very close to the mint time for the Event Sevenfold Deathbats, we're going to be in a bunch of VCs on the Event Sevenfold Discord, going through all the basics again for anyone that needs help. So if you listen to this, tune in next Saturday for a live only version of the podcast where we'll be taking questions and just helping anyone out. But we'll skip that on the podcast for today. If that suits you guys.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all.
Sounds good.
Perfect.
Always happy to help.
So,
Yeah.
a certain Felicia may want to say something about a certain project.
I do.
Yay! Please tell us.
So we were just talking about Deathbat Club. Now I want to give another shout out to an NFT project whose art is also created by Acher Creative. They're the artists behind Deathbats Club NFTs. You might have heard us mention this project on our Halloween episode. Goth Girlfriends NFTs, which are currently slow minting. They're up to 1,436 mints out of 10,000. The floor stands at 0.666 SOL or Solana, which is roughly around 130 US dollars. There are about 8,564 left to mint before the floor has been swept. So save your goth girlfriend today.
Nice. That was a
Love
proper
it.
little promo.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
I was gonna say
yeah.
that was really hello radio.
You sure you got paid to do that? I'm just kidding.
Are you paid?
I love that community so much. It's so fun.
They're
No,
very
I
sweet.
love
I
your
like
choice.
seeing them. Like I sometimes see stuff about goth girlfriends when I'm floating around. Honestly, I really like their community. Is very cute. I like it.
Yeah, it's very nice. I've heard good things about them, and honestly, just it sparks joy. Sparks joy.
It does.
It does.
The art is very cute.
It
very
is.
creative.
I love it.
Yes.
Yeah, great
It
stuff.
is excellent. Did a great job.
It rolled nicely after Deathbats after all because, again, like you said, He Creative is the same artist.
Yeah, go support him.
So,
You better.
before we depart, it is time for the floors.
Yes.
Take it away.
Okay, so we have CryptoPunks at 98.5, Bored Ape Yacht Club at 39.87, Bored Ape Kennel Club at 2.479, Mutant Ape Yacht Club at 5.447, Wicked Craniums at 0.12, Bones Club Heritage at 0.04, Koala Intelligence Agency at 0.098, Lazy Lions at 0.98, Cryptodes at 4.84, Pool Cats at 6.88, Wall Street Bulls at 0.175, Almost Fancy at 0.39, Sean Keaton at 0.125, the Winterton Collection at 0.28.
Smashing.
Okay, I have a slight correction, which is entirely my fault because I'm stupid and misprinted. CryptoPunks is actually 80 ETH. That's my bad. Whoopsies. Not your fault, Felicia. My bad.
Oh, good, man. Don't worry
Oh,
about it.
goodness. Right.
This is what happens when we record at 11 p.m.
Yeah, exactly.
It's 10 a.m. for me, you prick. I'm just kidding.
Listen, you time traveling no.
It's me, Marty McFly. You caught me.
Yeah.
On that note,
Yes.
we thank you for tuning in. We will, if you're there for the Events Unfold Discord, like I said, next Saturday, probably like 10 p.m. UK time, so that's like, I don't know, 6 p.m. Eastern. That's not correct. It's 5 p.m. Eastern, because that's how many 5 hours are, and then whatever time is in Australia. So 9 a.m. funny enough, yeah. So
Yeah.
tune in for that, and then we'll be back after that at some point soon for episode 10. So yeah, thank you guys, and see you soon.
Catch you later.
like helping. One group of people have already started their own podcast about crypto, like and learning about crypto for new people, how to set up MetaMask and do all that stuff. And then I would say